Hey, Brian Bernard and Jen Ferris. I think it might be too windy to do this, huh? What's up, John Howell, Bill Peck? Happy Thanksgiving, Jamie Lynn. Is it windy? Is it too windy? Gobble, gobble, Steve. What's up? And Darren Albertson and Paul Yates. And Daniel Anderson and Mike Mead. What's going on? What's going on? Pat LaBella and Jesse Dilly and Vinny Castiglione and Ron Batter, it looks like. Troy Wilson. How's the audio? I'm trying to tuck behind the dunes, but I don't know. I can't throw a cast out. Look how windy it is if I go like this. Oh, it sounds fine? All right, good. Then we'll continue. I'll just tuck way in here. All right, good. Opie is radio dead. My God, of course it is. I think radio's dead. I think satellite radio's dead. I think podcasting is the way to go, but unfortunately every single person thinks they could do the podcast, so it's being saturated with too many people. But yeah, Rogan said some nice things about Opie and Anthony. Well, good, he should. God damn it. Nah, that's cool. What's up, Joe Davis Sr.? I can't hear anything. No mic rumble at all. Audio's good. Jesus, because it's really breezy. I think if I poke my head up, see, that's a beautiful shot, but I think the wind is problematic. Radio's dead. It certainly is, man. The FCC took care of that a long time ago, which allowed satellite radio to thrive, and now it allows podcasting to thrive. Because if you're still doing a regular radio show, you got ridiculous rules at this point that podcasters don't. Podcasters could be potty mouths. They can pretty much talk about anything. And, regular radio broadcasters, they have to be extremely careful. And there's a time, if you did break an FCC regulation, let me tuck in for a sec, then I'll pop back out. The fines weren't that bad, but now they're really bad to the point that these companies can't afford that. Because a lot of companies would just let you kind of break the rules knowing that it was pretty much a slap on the wrist. But I'm here to say, after 2002, when Opie and Anthony did the Sex for Sam stunt, boy, did they come down hard on broadcasters. So yes, radio is dead, my friends. Radio's dead, satellite radio's dead, and podcasting is a tough road, because only a few of us will get an audience, and the rest will I don't know, kind of squeak out, hopefully, some kind of living. Hopefully. Not sure why anyone would stay in radio now. Yeah, there's not many people really staying in radio anymore. I think that's one reason why sports radio has taken off, because you don't have to be a potty mouth to talk about sports in general. But besides sports radio, man, and political talk, it's tough. It's tough for everybody else. But happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I just got home from getting some pies, and I decided to call Judd Jones in the car on a whim. And I didn't even really edit it. I just threw it up on the podcast feed, so you might want to check that out. I had to use the car speaker for audio, but I think it sounds good. You should be on Sirius XM. No, thank you. No, thank you. Hello, young transgender. Oh my, I don't even know what that means. What you think of Dave Chappelle? Hold on. What you think of Dave Chappelle going after Comedy Central on his Instagram? He should. He should. Anything with Dave Chappelle's name on it makes a lot of money. And these companies get away with murder, man. You know, these companies will take like a comedian's stand-up, and they'll play the clip on their Facebook page and then monetize it. And some of these clips, Tammy was telling me, I'm not sure if it made the podcast or if it was after the fact, which I should have just kept recording, because we talked for another hour. But sometimes you just got to turn this shit off and just catch up with a friend. But she said that a bunch of her clips are on like some of these comedy websites and Facebook pages and YouTube channels, and it's her material. It's a 60-second clip, 2-minute clip, and she gets nothing for it, and they monetize the shit out of it. So she says she's got a couple videos that are easily in the millions of views, and that would be thousands upon thousands of dollars for someone like Tammy Pescatelli, who definitely needs that money. Chappelle, hold on. Oh my God, I got sand on my hand. Hey, Jen Ferris. Someone compared Chappelle comments to cancel culture. Not the same thing at all. No, of course not. Guy should be paid for his fucking material, man. I think that's what that's about. I think all of a sudden, like, the Chappelle Show popped up on Netflix. I'm not going to lie to you. I was excited to see that. And then he's like, yo, take that shit down. I ain't getting paid for that. And I don't blame him. You know, a lot of these companies, they took advantage of content providers like myself, by the way. We don't own our own material, so there's people all over the goddamn internet making a shitload of money off Opie and Anthony stuff. That's not right. You join a broadcast company, you give them great content, and then they make you sign all sorts of shit. I mean, they pay you decently, I should say, and then they own your material. I would love a taste of the Opie and Anthony money at this point. There's fans all over YouTube making really nice money on Opie and Anthony stuff on their YouTube channels, and there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. And then those same fucking people trash me. It's like, hey, dickhead, you're making a lot of money off our content, so how about you just keep your mouth shut at least? What's up, Brent Weaver? How are you, buddy? It's really windy. This sucks. I don't even know if this is gonna play well. And I'm just tucked into the weeds. What's up, Garrett Knoll? How are you, buddy? Welcome to our little live stream. We didn't get to do this morning. Honestly, the kids didn't have school, so everybody slept in. Usually, I need the kids to take care of the dog so I can do the live stream, and then I run in from the live stream. That's why I only do about a half hour or so. I got a very short window, and then I get them ready for school. But today they slept in, and I was watching the clock. I'm like, oh my God, it's 7:45. I'm usually live streaming with my my crew, and I couldn't do that this morning. So I figured I would turn this on and say hi before the big Thanksgiving celebration. You bought O&A CDs in 2003 on eBay? That's what I'm talking about. You needed your fix. That's okay, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. People found a business around the Opie and Anthony material. We don't get a penny for any of that shit. Not a penny. I've had stuff that I try to post on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio, some Opie and Anthony stuff. And happy Thanksgiving, Mikey. We have to have a conversation, Mikey. How you became such a huge Trump supporter. My man went from libertarian to wearing that MAGA hat. And I just want to know the process, how you got there. I'm not making fun because there's 70-something million people that are big fans of the Trump, but I was very surprised how all in you went, my friend. We definitely have to have a conversation about that. But I've put Opie and Anthony stuff on my YouTube channel, and it's been taken down because other people have that material on their YouTube channel, and they're claiming ownership of it. I'm like, what? You got to be kidding me. And it's not worth fighting it. You got to get lawyers and shit. I just wanted some of this stuff on my channel. Your first Facebook Live, Jerry Wilson? Well, you got me in the goddamn, in the actual dune, because there's a lot of wind. I'm trying to tuck in. A little tucking in here. Chris Nowicki, the Opster keeping it real and live. Well, we try. You know what? We got a lot of prep work to do, even though our Thanksgiving is going to be very, very small. Unfortunately, it's just going to be us four. We decided that that's the best way to go. I'm in a minority because they're yelling and screaming all over TV that we got to keep our numbers down for this Thanksgiving, and if possible, don't even have Thanksgiving, and if possible, don't travel, stay in place, blah blah blah. And the next the next video is really, really crowded airports. People don't give a fuck. They are going to celebrate their Thanksgiving. God damn it! And I bet you there's a few of you watching this or listening to this that are saying fuck it as well. I'm not judging. I've decided that, we're going to just keep it with us four, but we're going all in anyway. We're going to go all in and prepare everything like we would every other year with a lot more people at Thanksgiving. Thank you for doing the podcast. Well, I love doing it still, buddy. Thank you for downloading episodes, man. I appreciate that a lot. And honestly, a lot of you guys are part of the process now. Be careful sitting in the dunes. What? Aren't they fragile? I'm not actually in the dune. Look, see? I'm kind of on a path. These dunes aren't fragile, though. No fucking way. Lockdown in Toronto. Lockdown in Toronto, Canada. That's too bad. I like that Toronto, too, man. It's been a few years, but no offense to my Buffalo people, but when we wanted to go to a real city when I lived in Buffalo, we took the ride to Toronto. And boy, did we have some fun in Toronto. Joe Rogan was raving about you during his Tom Green interview. You should do his show. Mike Opelka. Yeah, I would do Rogan's show. I don't know if that's going to happen, but all right, Mike Opelka, Stunt Brain. Still for the Constitution first before any candidate. Anytime you want to talk from one beach to another, listening, watching as I prep for tonight's show. There you go. There's the Stunt a Brain. A Stunt a Brain. Home of Rush, XYZ on your home of rock and roll. I don't know if Canadian radio had homes of rock and roll. Canadian radio had the dumbest fucking broadcast rules. And I'm sure most of you don't even know. But we had huge audiences, Canadian audiences, when I worked in Buffalo because we didn't have to follow the rules, obviously, because we were a rock station in America. But in Canada, if you had a rock station, you had to play a certain percentage of Canadian artists. So they had to fill up a lot of hours with a lot of Canadian rock crap. You could only play so much Rush, Neil Young, believe it or not, is from Canada. Who are some of those other Canadian bands? I'm talking like classic rock. I'm trying to think. There's a few others, I guess, but not many. Oh, Tom Cochrane? No. Red Rider, maybe? Shit, I don't remember. I used to know some of them. But what a dumb fucking rule for Canadian radio. Bryan Adams, of course. Thank you. In Quebec, you have to play French music? Oh, Triumph, of course. Catch the magic power, bitches. I used to love Triumph. Nickelback, well, that was after my days in Buffalo, but I guess they were very happy they could play Nickelback on their Canadian rock stations. BTO is another Canadian band, okay. Bachman Turner Overdrive. Triumph, Lay It on the Line, that's another great song. My song was Magic Power by Triumph. I like them a lot. Nothing but Rush, but a lot of Rush. Drake's from Canada, Rachel, absolutely. Was Anvil? Jesus, I don't know. I couldn't name an Anvil song. Robert, thanks for the stars. It'll pay for the pies I just got. That'll be $38. What the fuck is in these pies? 2 pies, $38. Yeah, they're homemade. We make them right here on the farm. We make them right here. They're special. You have any apple pie left? It's coming out of the oven, and then you know someone's in the back just microwaving a pie they got at Stop and Shop, throwing it in a homemade pie box and giving it to you, going, "Here you go. Here's your homemade pie. We make it right here on the premises." The premise. Oh my God. Pumpkin pie. There's no place like home for the holiday. Tragically Hip, another Canadian band, of course. Absolutely. I don't know. I learned a long time ago that the farm stands are full of shit. We've seen them. We go to this one farm stand, and my wife saw them taking the strawberries out of the what's the big strawberry company? Driscoll's, I think. Driscoll's, right? Did I nail that? Do I get a prize? She literally... Chilliwack is a Canadian band. Oh my God. David Nugent. Thanks for the memory. That was an MTV song. One of the first MTV songs when they had a very short rotation. Chilliwack had a song called Gone, Gone, Gone. She's been gone so long. She's been, I don't know, something like that. But Gone, Gone, Gone. She's been gone so long. I like that song a lot. It brings me back to my MTV days. But so my wife's at the the local fruit stand. You're like, oh, let's get some fresh fruits and vegetables. First clue should have been the pineapples that they had out. And then one day she's in there. She's just kind of there's a tiny little wall, maybe about 5 foot high, 5.5 foot high. Wife's tall, so I gotta update that. It could even be, 5.5 foot wall. And she took a little peek-see, and they're opening up the Driscoll strawberries and putting them in their homemade little strawberry cartons and putting them out and making believe they were fresh strawberries. How about that shit? So when I got my homemade pies today for $38, I was thinking to myself, there's a very good chance they didn't bake them here. We bake them right here at the farm. Somebody's in the back. April wine! Just between you and me. Cabal Guy coming up with April wine as far as the Canadian bands go. Bravo. These are all bands that, Loverboys from Canada? I think you might be right on that. But, wow, April Wine. April Wine was a staple in Rochester, too. Some of these Canadian bands that other rock stations didn't play, we absolutely played up there in Rochester and Buffalo because, we definitely had a bunch of Canadian fans, Canadian listeners checking it out, and some of those bands were worth playing. Wow, April Wine. I'm trying to think if they had a second hit. Somebody's crushing Google. I know. Remember when this used to be impressive? And now it's whoever's the quickest on Google. You're so right. And I'm sitting there going, wow, that's impressive. Roller. April Wine, Roller, yes. That was a sort of hit, I would call it. She's I'm trying to remember how it goes. It was sort of like a kind of a yell or a scream in that song, right? That's a song I haven't thought of in, 25 years probably. I think it went something like, she's a roller. I don't know, whatever. Dave McCormick with the laughing emoji. Nice, very nice. All right, well, I was hoping for a nice sunset. And here, we'll peek up over this. There's nothing going on out there. And the wind really picked up. I was happy. I got home from the pies and podcasting with Judd Jones in the car. And then I'm like, damn, man, the beach looks pretty fucking calm. There's no wind, and the sun looks like it's going to be a nice one tonight. So I got some shit done in the house, ran out here, and sure enough, the wind kicks up and the clouds move in, and you're just left with me babbling about Canadian bands. The Clouds. Jerry Wilson, April Wine is from my hometown. What's your hometown? What part of Canada? You're like a soldier. I'm fucking way the fuck down. Any other time of year, I would be filled with ticks, by the way. Alex, you have a great Thanksgiving, my brother. Bare Naked Ladies, another Canadian band. Yeah, we know that. We absolutely know that. Oh, podcast soldier in a dune trench. Honeymoon Suite is a Canadian band? I've got a new girl now? Come on. Honeymoon Suite. They were definitely a one-hit wonder, right? Good Canada, Bad Canada with Vic Henley. Yes. Becky Heron. Yes. Oh my God, I'm tucking down even further. I'm going to be fucking videoing ants in a minute. Thank you, Jason Barber. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well. And honestly, if you guys are, you can't help yourselves and you're going all in for Thanksgiving, try to be safe. Try to hang outside as much as you can. Gordon Lightfoot, Ursula Moorehead. Gordon Lightfoot had a bunch of songs. I think he had Sundown. That's what I do when I don't know the words. And what else did Gordon Lightfoot have? Huh? There was a documentary on him on Amazon Prime. And on Amazon Prime, there's pretty much 1,000 documentaries you can choose from. They do a very good job, and they have a lot of obscure documentaries. And the Gordon Lightfoot one looked interesting, and then I'm like, what the I ain't paying to watch the Gordon Lightfoot documentary. It was just the principle of it. Like, fuck that. Rick of the Edmonds Fitzgerald, of course, Gordon Lightfoot. Yes, we did a very famous bit on that back in the day. If you could read my mind. Yeah, that's another Gordon Lightfoot. Ursula Moorehead, give yourself a gold star. Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night. Is Corey Hart from Canada? Come on now. Is that true? I wear my sunglasses at night. Same with watching porn. I'm not paying to watch that, Rachel says. Oh my God, no. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some nights, you know, put in a couple words on the Twitter and you got all you need. And then I get paranoid that I'm gonna retweet one of these videos. A la, who did that? Ted Cruz or somebody? Just a couple search words on Twitter is all you need, man. That's it. That's it. And then you keep clicking and stuff gets weirder and stranger, and then you start really getting paranoid, man. You're very careful with what buttons you're pushing on your phone. Now you're making up shit. Molly Hatchet is not from Canada. Come on. Now you're making up the shit. Let's see. Comments go by way too fast. Richard Marks is a great follow on Twitter, and he's Canadian? Come on now. Richard Marks doesn't play. He don't give two shits. If you've never checked out his Twitter, oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. This wind is really bad. I'm amazed you can still hear me. I can't get any lower in this. I mean, look, it's kind of cool though. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Let's go find them. They're in here somewhere with the bugs. All right. I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving. Really thankful for you guys to get mushy for a second. Not mushy in the way with the big toe like we talked about the other day. Just the real mushy. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful that you guys turn this shit on every time you see the notification and you click on it. We have a good time. Kim Mitchell. Oh, I don't have Google. Don't give it away. Kim Mitchell. I haven't thought of this song in 30 years. Might as well go for a soda. Kim Mitchell, right? On your home of rock and roll. That was another staple at WCMF when I worked up there in Rochester. Kim Mitchell, might as well go for a soda. Yeah. Kind of a weird fucking song, right? Everyone knew when that song came out that, like, drinking and driving was a sport. And I think they wanted to sing about having a soda instead. Can't blame them. Some road sodas, yes. Grant, happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving to all the regulars. Thank you, Linda Murphy. I appreciate that. And Ursula, happy Thanksgiving. And Joe Davis Sr., happy Thanksgiving. I don't have a brew yet. We got lots to do. We got some prepping to do. Because, so we don't have all the people coming over, but we're gonna make believe they're all coming, and we're gonna prepare Thanksgiving like you should, properly, with a lot of food. Jen Ferris, happy Thanksgiving to you. Hope things are a little better in your family. Happy Thanksgiving, Vinny. Tim Kane, please keep up these streams. I'm trying. I think I promised to do it on a regular basis, and I think I've accomplished that more or less. And tell you the truth, I got to see how the night goes, but I'm thinking of maybe turning it on late tonight, because usually Wednesdays is a big party night and everyone goes out and shit. And for the people that might be home, maybe we'll turn it on a little later and have a beer or a little glass of bourbon together. And maybe I'll finally start clicking on some of these faces up top here. Happy Thanksgiving, Britt. They're cutting water and power in California if you have too many people for Thanksgiving. Is that true? Oh, God. I was just talking about, I was thinking about Jim Brewer on the way to get pies today. I was thinking, damn, man, I haven't talked to him in a while. I'll probably text him as soon as I turn this off and see how he's doing. I noticed he stopped podcasting again, and he's too good not to be podcasting. Gail, happy Thanksgiving. Cabal guy, the same. Trying to make sure I get a bunch of regulars. Steven, happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Vishikanti, I think I almost got it right, Steve. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Maybe later. If not, soon. I don't think we'll turn this on tomorrow morning. That's overkill. We got to hang out with our families, right? I think so. But maybe later tonight. John Cassidy, happy Thanksgiving. Brewer's a fucking great storyteller. He's the best. Trying to think who's up there in storytelling. I could tell a good story, but that's humble bragging. Brewer's way better. Who else is good at literally telling stories? There's not a lot of comics that do the storytelling for the most part. I hear DC Benny is a good storyteller. Certainly when he was on my radio show, he told a couple really good stories. Supposedly he's really good at that. Got to get him on the podcast. We'll see. Ron White is absolutely a good storyteller there, Kit. Ron White could tell a goddamn story. He told a bunch of them on the show over the years, too. Lady Di, Chappelle could tell a good story, Rachel says. Pay the man. All right, Charlie, later to you. Brent Weaver. Bobby Lee could tell a damn good story. Very good. Yes, he's very good at that. That's actually a good one. All right, let's peek up over the dune before we turn this off. You know what? The wind just stopped. Ron Bennington is a great storyteller. Very good. Oh, the wind stopped. Oh, my knees are cramping. Jesus. Joey Diaz is a great storyteller. Absolutely. Jay Moores is a great storyteller. All right, we got a nice list. So we got a nice list of people that tell good stories. And we got our playlist for Canadian bands. That's what we accomplished. Happy Thanksgiving, you bitches.